Yo, what's the word? It's your boy 16. If you like the content on this channel, I want to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for post notifications. Also, I got a website at www.16ShotEm.com. But that's enough of me talking. Let's get to what y'all came to see. So how does the live thing go? Like, you know, when sometimes it might be you going live or some of your crew members going live, like, do y'all discuss like the things that's going to be talked about beforehand, or like it's just like they do what they do?
Sometimes, but yeah, we'll like go over topics and stuff, but we don't go into it like in full depth. We basically just pop the topics off and just go into it. You know, maybe some pre-planning could help in terms of like just getting the information out there smoother and everything, but for the most part, we just kind of just go for it.
For sure. You don't think like that might be a good idea to do? Because like going back to the situation with Flakko, you know, like when I had, I don't know if I texted you or called you and asked you about the situation, it was like, I think you had said something like, oh, he was live, like I ain't had nothing to do with that. And you ain't had nothing to do with it, but would it been your brand? It's like you the face of it, you take the fall.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't think it'll be smarter to like do things like that, to avoid things like that?
Well, I definitely thought about not putting that out just because it was just such a mess in general. But everybody wanted to put it out, and we had already talked about it on the No Jumper show, so it's kind of like there was no way that me and AD weren't going to talk about it right then because it was such a thing that
no, I ain't talking about the interview.
Oh.
I'm talking about when he was live, he basically got somebody to go in there and call me a pedophile and some more shit.
Oh.
And that's when I called you. That was before the interview.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, trying to police what Flakko gets into is a lot. Like, I don't fucking know what he's getting into. Or, like, it sucks, honestly, because it's like sometimes he's having conversations that then I get dragged into and people think that I'm endorsing what the fuck he's talking about. And with him in particular, it can be rough because he definitely just says things that sometimes feel so divorced from reality. And there's a bunch of people in my life who I kind of have, like, weird... not issues, but like even Vlad, like fucking Flakko picking on Vlad, saying all this crazy shit about Vlad. And I was like, me and Vlad have a great relationship, and I know that there's part of him that's thinking like, why are you employing this dude who's just saying this crazy ass shit about me? But yeah, I don't know. There's like part of me that's just like, if I hire enough people, then nobody will really be able to blame me for any one of them in particular, because it'll just be so clear that there's enough of them that I'm not in control. Which realistically is kind of how it is with all these live shows. I'm just not really, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And a lot of times when people complain to me, it's the first time I heard about it. But yeah, I mean, obviously it does ultimately come back to me. But I mean, it's just, you see what this business is. It's just a madhouse of just different personalities. And we find new personalities and crazy, wacky personalities, and we bring them in and whatever. And, you know, it's just fucking, sometimes, you know, you don't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Yeah. You never like worry about like lawsuits? Like I wouldn't do nothing like that, but like certain situations, like somebody going there, you know, blatantly lie, do whatever, like, but it's the person that's on the actual brand doing it, like you don't worry about things like that.
I mean, it would be incredibly hard to sue me for having an opinion about a public figure.
Not an opinion, but a lie.
Right, but that's what I try to really avoid, is like making declarative statements. That's why you will, every title you see on, you know, different websites or whatever, it's always allegedly, this alleged killing. Even if it's the most obvious thing in the world that this guy killed this girl, it's an alleged killing until it's proven in a court of law, right? So it's like the standard is unbelievably high in terms of like, you know, me saying something about a public figure. Like you look at the Tasha K thing with Cardi B, she had to really violate Cardi B and really make declarative, provably false statements about Cardi having herpes and other STDs and shit like that. And it's like, really what Cardi did is something that nobody fucking does, of actually taking a blogger or whatever to court and actually winning and getting a huge judgment against them. So do I worry about it? Not that much, because, you know, even like there was a girl on the podcast who said she fucked, what's his name, Tristan Thompson, basketball player dude that I don't know shit about. And I didn't really, like, she's talking about fucking him, and I'm not really, like, I'm drinking, actually, on that episode, which I never do. But for some reason, I got drunk on this episode. And this girl's talking about how she fucked him while she's dating a Kardashian, or while he's married to a Kardashian. And I'm drunk, and I'm not really that clued into this shit. So I'm not even thinking about what a big deal what she's saying is. And it comes out, and it's viral, and it's on all these blogs or whatever. And then I get hit up by him or his lawyer, and they've asked me to delete it or whatever. But that's like more likely what it's going to be. They're going to ask you to delete it if they can tell that it's not being done with malice, you know, because that's the thing with the Tasha K thing is like, it was pretty clear that she was lying, and you know, it's like they probably tried to make a reasonable effort to get her to stop saying the things that she was saying, you know. So it's like, I'm committed to not lying on the podcast, which I think for the most part is pretty much like good enough legally, because even if you get something wrong, you basically just have to correct the record, and then it would be hard for a court to be like, oh, look at him acting with malice, trying to defame this person. I don't know.
All right, the last question I got, you kind of already spoke on it a little, but I want to ask you about like people asking you to like delete content. Like, how do you go about that?
They need a fucking great reason, right? I mean, it's got to be a good ass reason in order for me to actually delete something when this is like the whole thing that I'm doing with my life. Like, this is like you don't understand. Like, I had Danny Duncan is like a huge YouTuber. He's just like a white kid. He actually makes amazing videos. And like, I was just watching some the other day, and he just makes like super high quality vlogs, right? And like, he did an interview with me like 6 years ago, super early in his career. And he's talking reckless. I don't remember about what, but I think he's just talking about fucking girls and shit like that, you know? And it's like at a certain point, he blows up. He got like many millions of subscribers. And he's kind of hitting me up like, bro, like, can you delete it? Like, I'll do a new one. I just want that one deleted, you know? And it's like, on one hand, it's like, it would be cool to me to be like a good buddy and delete it. But it's like, bro, that to me is history. Like, this is a real piece, like a document of where you were at in your life. And I kind of resent the fact that like, because me and you are sort of kind of friends and like we're cool with each other, that you feel like you could tell me to delete it. Because it's like, you know, like this is what I do. Like this would be like me telling you to delete your vlogs. Like this is my art form. This is like, that's like telling Kanye to delete his fucking albums. I'm Kanye. Like you just I can't handle it, bro. Like I'll burn the whole friendship down. And he's actually hit me up in recent memory and been cool and the shit like that. So I guess he doesn't hold it against me. But there's been a bunch of shit like that over the years. And sometimes it works. Like, you know, I had one where like I entered a couple like fashion kids, and I think one of them was underage, like 16 or some shit. And they used that to get it taken down. Like his mom was like a lawyer or some shit. And I don't even think they asked me to take it down. I think they just got it removed. And they used the fact that there was a young kid in it to get it removed. Now, in theory, that wouldn't work because we have releases for everybody. And also, I can't remember the last time we had like an underage kid on here, but whatever. Shit happened back in the day. But yeah, he was saying a bunch of crazy shit. So it's probably better off. His chances of going to college are definitely higher because that interview got deleted. Whatever. It ain't my problem.
Appreciate you for sitting down, you know, doing an interview with me. I know you got other shit going on the live, shit like that. So.
I'm missing the No Jumper Show live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. right now. But yeah, I appreciate you too. Thank you, bro.
623, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Yeah, for sure. Keep doing your thing. I'm proud of you. Everything you're accomplishing and shit. It's like, you know, just keep going hard. I see big things in your future. I look forward to watching it all play out.
Oh yeah, another thing, I want to thank you for being like the first platform that I would say like that's like bigger than me that actually reached out to me and put me on there. I appreciate that.
Well, hey, you're a smart dude because you reached out to me and put me onto your shit before. Like you basically just hit me up like a 1-paragraph DM, just basically telling me, you know. And I don't even think you said like I did Vaughn's first interview, which that alone probably would have made me like, all right, I gotta check this out right away. But you know, I just like, you know, you hit me up and like put it together nicely, so it was nice and easy for me to comprehend. It'd be like, oh, I got to check this kid out. Like, I don't want to be left out. Like, he really got something going on. So, I mean, yeah, anybody out there, I'm always happy to fuck with new content creators and help introduce people to the big leagues, I guess. You know, it's fun as fuck to me.
So, I know you don't need it, but since you're here, you know, let the people know how to get with you on social media.
Adam22 and No Jumper on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that shit, pretty much. Got those ats on everything, and then No Jumper clips. That's it, really.
All right, let everybody know who got out with you.
16ShotEm got me in the building.
No, you got me in the building.
Oh, Adam22 is in the building. We had 16ShotEm Visualz.
So
let's go.